Now, we've got a timeline up here. We've got the whole stage, okay? And I want you to talk about how Christians usually argue, and you can use the stage and you tell us how Christians used to argue. It's okay, but the fact is you've developed a new way of getting to the points quicker. But tell us the old way first.
It's a nice little illustration. I've never been able, I do this lecture a lot, but never on set.
Yeah.
So, great job. Okay, this is a timeline. We're going this way. That's 2018 down there. That's creation down there. This is the death of Jesus. Let's say 30 AD. And the average Christian, the old, but still, it still works. It's still useful. The way of arguing is to say this: how do I know these things about Jesus' life? And the answer is, well, have you heard about the Gospel of Mark? Now, Mark is about plus 40, 70 AD. I'm going to use the critics' dates so we can see it doesn't change anything. 40 years later, writing about Jesus. Okay, who's next? Matthew, at about 50, 80 AD minus 30, 50. Luke, 55 years later. And everybody puts John at about 95 AD, subtract 30, about plus 65.
Right.
Now, critics will say, that's not a long time. And when someone says that to me, that's a long time, I'll say, you don't read ancient history very much, do you? Because so many of our personages in ancient history, they are hundreds of years later, some over 1,000. And so to have an early source of plus 40 is excellent. So that's the old way. Let's use the Gospels. And by old, I don't mean bad. I just mean it's still useful. In fact, it's got a new twist today because the Gospels look like Greco-Roman biographies. So that's the way. And if you try to compare this to, say, an Alexander the Great.
Right, let's do that.
Yeah, well, John is, again, 65 years after Jesus. Now, if you take several times that, you get the earliest source for Alexander the Great.
Yeah, it'd be 4 times the stage length. Over
Four times to get the earliest source for Alexander, which is about almost 300 years later, 280.
Right. Yeah.
But they're not the best sources. The best sources for Alexander are Plutarch and Arrian from 425 to 450. A lot of Gospel of John's fit into 425 to 450. And nobody complains about Alexander. And I'll say, well, look how close this is. Now, here's the comeback. The critic says, yeah, but Alexander's history, this is propaganda. It's religious propaganda. Oh, yeah? What makes the Gospels propaganda? You have miracles in there. Really? Wow. It's a good thing Alexander doesn't have miracles. In Plutarch's Alexander, you open it up, Life of Alexander, and here's how the book starts. It's commonly believed that Alexander was the son of Jupiter and his mother was a virgin. It's like, no religion here, you know. And when people say, well, we'll use something different, they all can't be like that. No, they are. Almost every Greco-Roman historian reports miracles. Thucydides doesn't, but there's almost none. Herodotus, the father of history, reports miracles, omens, curses, prophecies. It's very common. And now we can find out, the majority view is that the Gospels, Mark to John, are what's called Greco-Roman bios, the Greek word bios, biographies.
Yeah.
And they have the same genre as Greco-Roman sources. So that's what I mean by all of a sudden it started looking like we were on more solid ground with the Gospels.